Hi Aries, welcome into your mid-April 2023 Money and Career Tarot reading. I do of course want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as we proceed, do keep in mind it is general for the remainder of your month, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But I do more than appreciate the love and support, the likes, the comments, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. I am feeling very concrete in your energy. Not sure why that's coming through. But I did decide to pull a tea leaf card for you before beginning with the tarot part of your reading. And you got the star card, guaranteed success. Amazing. So I feel like it's going to be a very successful remainder to your month, being viewed as a star. I feel like you're glowing, you're shining. If you work online or choose to post on one of multiple online platforms, I do feel like you're drawing in a lot of different types of energies that will benefit you in different ways on different levels. Anyways, that was a side note, but I do feel like as well what you produce and develop in the last parts of this month. Okay, I'm getting the remainder of the month, but especially I want to say the last week or so, or a little bit more than that. It's shining. Okay, your creations, your developments, what you accomplish, it's drawing an attention once again, but you're even seeing it as very, very successful and shining, potentially for all to see. Amazing. So I do feel like there is just levels of attention you're gaining. You might be a bit perplexed as to why you have to leave something behind. You might be gaining clarity on why a situation wasn't meant to last in the past. Okay. And I'm hearing a blast from the past. What else do we have for Aries? Coming out, the Temperance card. Okay. So needing to tap into that patience. It might be one, if not multiple people that you work with or live with. It could be how something's run. It could be wanting to or needing to acquire something new for yourself. Very interesting. We have a lot of energies on the board. But I do feel like there's thoughts of fulfillment or lack thereof, which when it comes to what you do for your career or don't have within your situation at this time. Now, I do feel as if there are going to be certain points in this remainder of the month where you're going to need to stop oneself or prevent oneself from comparing what you have at hand to the past, whether it's a certain type of investment, like say where you live. Don't compare it to a past apartment or house or condo or whatever it was for you. Don't compare where you're working or what you're running as far as a business goes to a past career situation that was similar or even completely different, or similar in some ways, because I feel as if this is going to take you away from noticing the positives. And I feel like you need to be aware of what you're potentially manifesting at this time. So I interestingly paired these together. The Eight of Pentacles being the only one that is by itself, because I feel like there's motivation, there's buckling down, a sort of nose to the grind vibe about you where I wouldn't be surprised if you're overly serious, at least for the majority of the remainder of your month, but this benefiting you as you are getting a lot accomplished. Part of why there's guaranteed success in looking differently for each Aries drawn to the reading. But I do feel like there's thoughts of your money growing, okay, whether this is thinking about how it just grew a bit or it did recently, but Spirit's saying there's kind of a wondering, again, Two of Swords vibe, thinking about how do I acquire more? When is this money coming in? When can I unlock my potential? Okay. When can I unlock the ability to access these funds? Interesting. However that looks for you. Some of which is an inheritance. But I do feel like there's thoughts of one, if not multiple accounts, bank accounts. But I do feel as if you're thinking about your finances very logically, okay? Some of which wanting to clean things up. I'm also hearing things will get brighter, but the Temperance card and the Wheel of Fortune. As the wheel turns in your favor in the remainder of the month, there's a need to have patience when it comes to certain factors that take you away from, again, noticing this, but don't feel as if they're necessarily a part of that wheel turning in your favor, okay? At times you need to regain your strength. And remember, you're a freaking fire sign, okay? You're an Aries. You're one of not, if not the strongest sign out of all 12. And I feel like you're being reminded of your strength when you gain positive compliments, praise, honor, when you succeed at something, even when you maybe doubted that you were going to, or just struggled to get to that point of it. Spirit's saying, yeah, there's guaranteed success once again. But who said it was gonna, wasn't gonna entail certain obstacles at certain points? I don't know if you noticed, but it just got brighter in here. It feels like once you overcome something of annoyance or just a little bit tricky, come up with a creative solution, or just simply accomplish something that felt kind of drawn on, I want to say, things feel brighter. Okay, it's like, all right, check that off my to-do list, on to the next. Keep out of my way is what I'm hearing. Okay, steer clear, because this is a busy time for me. I have too much to get done to be associating myself with people who will adjust my energy in a negative sense. Okay. I do feel like for some of which you may need to bite your tongue at work, okay, or when it comes to somebody of annoyance at home, because I do feel like there's a need for you to maintain a positive future for that situation, regardless of how long it's meant to continue to last for you. Some of which I feel like there's an authority figure that you don't love, but you might be an authority figure yourself. Bear it with me. But the Empress and the Knight of Swords, there's kind of a guarded, a bit of a secretive way about how you're moving towards a new beginning for yourself. This could be a new investment. It could be a new contract for some. It could be a new job or business to get off the ground. Thinking about how to be more independent. But I do feel like there's, for whatever reason, you're intuitively feeling it's not going to make sense to be outwardly shouting to the world or to other people surrounding you that you're wrapped up with, or even at a distance from you, about what this is for you. I am getting the vibe that some of which are thinking about starting a new business or stepping into a new position and doing some research, some dabbling into whatever that may be for you to get an idea, or just to maybe get your resume out there. And so obviously you're being strategic and not telling the people you work with per se, right? Especially who you work for. But I do feel as if your maturity is taking a highlight. The Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, some of which are beginning something new in the remainder of the month. And this is taking a highlight in regards to how much more abundance, success, money is going to be flowing in for you due to it, even if you don't see a whole lot of which in the remainder of the month. But I do feel some financial relief taking place at certain points. I also feel as if some of which are thinking about your money, or the majority of which onto the reading, are thinking about your money a lot, okay? Potentially a bit too much, but you might even find that there's moments in the remainder of the month, or one in particular, where you think about something in a positive sense, and then it comes to be, okay? Or an increase in that. It's like you think about how you just received an extra customer or clientele coming in, an extra lead for some, or opportunity to make more money, and then you feel so grateful for it, and then you end up manifesting another one quite quickly or soon after that. The power of your Aries mind, okay? But I do feel like there are people reaching out to you for your assistance, for your advice. There needs to be a reminder, and you might see squirrels in the remainder of the month as a reminder of this, to be having fun, okay? Are you enjoying yourself? At times you might feel like you're putting on a bit of a show, if not fully, but I feel like at times you get so caught up in the details and the overall vision of things, wanting things to improve, to succeed, having so much to get done, being so, again, mature and responsible at this point along your path, that it may feel as if you're just not having the best time, right? It may even be mundane tasks, stuff of that nature, but we need you to be enjoying yourself so that things feel brighter for you, but it does affect the overall outcome at times, or the overall quality of whatever you're producing, developing, accomplishing. But I do feel like there could be a push to put one, if not multiple habits to rest, or at least minimize them to begin moving forward to benefit your work, your overall well-being, to make sure something even lasts as long as it's meant to, okay? I'm hearing keep your crown on, but again, I feel like there's part of you that's expecting the worst, okay, due to the past, and I feel like it's valid, at least to a certain extent, but it doesn't mean you should be sticking with or hanging on to that negative outcome that could come to be or did, or you know what I'm saying, that the negative or annoying aspects of wherever you're living and or working. But I feel like when you do, again, have that positive mindset, what you can accomplish, what you can see come to be quite magically. Now that's power, okay? But I do feel like at certain points there's a need to push oneself to step away from your work. Say it's not getting done quite easily, something's distracting you, there are certain disturbances, you have to do something over and over and over and over, right? Or at least a couple times. Potentially you need to just step away from it. But you might need to step away from your living situation or certain conversations at work and or at home to clear your energy, clear your mind, be one with nature potentially. Things of this, things like this will come up, okay? And so use your discernment, trust your intuition, and step away from what doesn't feel healthy in the moment, or just if you need to, again, be in a different situation. But I do feel like you're being loved, adored, okay, admired in the second half of the month, the remainder of your month. And I do feel like you're being prepared for, or even making one, if not multiple, important choices for yourself. But I feel like they're highlighting certain, even small choices, like where do I put my money? Is this going to be worth it? Should I be putting this aside? Is that going to benefit me more for the sake, for the benefit of one, if not multiple, financial goals for me moving forward? But even medium-sized and larger goals for your career, for where your money goes, okay? But I feel like, again, it's a very, very successful, abundant remainder to your month. So buckle up because it's going to be a busy time for you, but it will feel rewarding all the meanwhile, all right? So if this was truly helpful, sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the remainder of your month, and I'll definitely see you next time.